Welcome back. Today we're jumping straight into part 12 of our 20-part explainer series on the Guide to Modern Network Routing Protocols. And we're getting super granular today. We're zooming all the way in on EIGRP neighbor relationships. If you've been with us for the earlier chapters, you know we've looked at the big picture of how traffic flows. But right now, we're putting those intimate router-to-router connections right under the microscope.
Of course, I have to give a huge shout out to the folks behind today's material. This comes directly from an amazing tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. They're this fantastic Colorado-based technology research, education, and advisory organization. And the reason we love using their stuff for these explainers is they're just relentless about practical, concept-driven IT education. They strip away all that messy command line syntax so we can really focus on how these protocols actually work in the real world. So let's get right into the meat of Chapter 12. Think about it. Before a router can route literally anything, it needs to know who its friends are, right? It's kind of like being dropped into a brand new city where you have to pass a physical message down a line of people. Your very first step would absolutely have to be figuring out who is standing right next to you. Well, network routing is exactly the same. Which brings us to a foundational question. How do EIGRP routers actually discover their neighbors? It's the critical first step before any routing tables get built. Okay, let's dive into exactly how they do that, starting with Section 1, the neighbor formation process. So, in the EIGRP universe, a router doesn't just blindly shout data into the void and hope someone catches it. No way. It intentionally seeks out a formal relationship with the routers physically connected to it, and this is totally non-negotiable. If neighbor formation fails, all routing on that link fails, period. But how exactly does this piece of hardware initiate that digital handshake? It uses something incredibly simple called a hello packet. These are lightweight little messages sent out by EIGRP routers specifically to discover neighbors. But here is the absolutely crucial detail you cannot miss. These packets are sent out of every single enabled interface. If a port is turned on, it is proactively, continuously sending these out. It's basically the router standing at every single door of its house calling out, "Hey, is anyone there? Do you speak my language?" Now here's where it gets really interesting. The router doesn't just scream hello at the exact same pace out of every single door. EIGRP is actually smart enough to know that not all physical connections are created equal. The timing for these hello packets drastically changes based on the type of network link. We have to draw a hard line here between two very different environments, high-speed LAN interfaces versus slower WAN interfaces. Specifically, we're talking T1 speeds and slower. The protocol completely changes its heartbeat depending on where it lives. Let's break these down, starting with Section 2, LAN interface timings. So, local area networks. They're generally high bandwidth, highly reliable, and super fast. Because the connection is so robust, EIGRP assumes it can be pretty chatty without clogging up the pipes. So, in this fast-paced environment, how often are these routers checking in? 5. That is your magic number. On a high-speed LAN connection, an EIGRP router fires off a hello packet every 5 seconds. I mean, think about how incredibly fast that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hello. Over and over again. It's a rapid-fire heartbeat that guarantees near instantaneous awareness. If you plug a new router into a LAN, it's discovered almost immediately thanks to that speedy 5-second interval. But what happens if that 5-second heartbeat suddenly stops? Well, that brings us to our second crucial metric for the LAN, which is 15. This is the hold time. The hold time is essentially the router's patience threshold. It's telling its neighbor, look, if I don't hear another hello from you within 15 seconds, I'm considering you dead and dropping you from my routing table. You see the simple math though, right? The hold time is exactly 3 times the hello interval. It gives the network just a tiny bit of breathing room for maybe a dropped packet or two, but if 15 seconds of dead silence pass on a LAN, EIGRP ruthlessly severs that relationship. Now, let's shift gears and look at Section 3, WAN interface timings. Okay, so here we're specifically talking about legacy, slower wide area network links, like T1 lines and anything slower than that. In these environments, bandwidth is incredibly precious. You absolutely cannot afford to have routers chattering at each other every 5 seconds just to say they're alive. That would eat up way too much of the valuable bandwidth that you need for actual user data. So, on these slower WAN links, EIGRP drastically dials back the chattiness. The hello interval jumps all the way up to 60. 1 full minute. A router on a T1 line will only send a hello packet once every 60 seconds. That is a massive shift from the LAN, right? It conserves bandwidth beautifully, but the trade-off is that it's inherently much slower to detect new neighbors. And following that exact same mathematical logic, multiplying the hello interval by 3, we arrive at our final number for the WAN side, 180. The hold time on a T1 or slower link is extended all the way to 180 seconds, or 3 full minutes. That means if a router on a slow WAN link goes offline, its neighbors will just sit there, patiently waiting for 3 whole minutes before they finally declare the connection dead and start searching for alternative paths. And let me tell you, in the networking world, 3 minutes of dead air is an absolute eternity. So, to pull it all together, we've got this brilliantly clean summary right here. For the IT pros out there taking notes, this is the one you really want to commit to memory. Up top, your LAN links. Fast 5-second hellos, impatient 15-second hold times. And right below it, your slow WAN links, those conservative 60-second hellos and a very patient 180-second hold time. You know, it's just a beautifully elegant piece of engineering. EIGRP dynamically adjusts its own heartbeat and its own patience based entirely on the physical reality of the wire it's sitting on. So, the big takeaway is that these highly specific timings are the absolute bedrock of EIGRP's stability. But I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to chew on. What happens to your entire network topology if a router actually misses that precise hold time window? Like, what if those 15 seconds on a LAN or 18 seconds on a WAN just tick by with total silence? Well, the moment that clock hits 0, EIGRP has to scramble to fix the broken map. And exactly how it does that without creating endless data loops that crash the whole network involves this incredibly fascinating piece of math called the dual algorithm. But hey, that's a complex puzzle for our next explainer. Thanks so much for joining me for this deep dive into Chapter 12. Keep on learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.